I was in Compton in 1988, and people say what happened to me was abuse. I said, motherfucker, I had a dad in Compton, and he had a job. He sold crack to your dad. That's why you don't have one.
Yeah, let's throw some ass. All right. Cool. All right, Johnny. You ain't know what to do.
We got Richard Villa. It's good to see ya.
Oh, yeah.
Wanna be ya.
Oh, damn, that's fucked up. That's our guest.
Hey.
No, I put it. Nah, that's okay. Nah, you said it.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, dreamz, let's go.
All right. I ain't have to get the taper. My mom don't got no papers. She a ugly ass bitch. Nah, I'm just playing. I love you, mom.
She watches this, bitch.
Love you.
Damn.
Flunked out of beauty school.
Hey.
That's not your fault.
Nope.
Low key it kinda is, cause I could've had a better life.
Damn.
But I don't.
Nah, I'm in the studio in Rialto.
Yeah. Facts.
In Rialto.
Grew up in a metal box.
Facts.
Grew up in a metal box.
In a mailbox.
He didn't have his own closet.
Used to live in a mobile home.
You left her back
Used to
there.
live in the Villas. Shout out Richard Villa.
Kids,
out some-
make sure you stay in school, because you'll end up like these fools.
Chill out.
Hey.
I love your mom. Now imagine. Start padlocking.
Start going crazy. And we live, motherfuckers. Ooh. It's your boy Lalo.
It's your boy INFINITEDRE from the AM to the motherfucking Z.
Johnny, what's up?
And it's your boy Gazelle. And we got a motherfucking special ass guest. You guys know who he is. You guys have seen him on HBO, on Netflix. You guys seen him everywhere.
I never seen
He
him.
goes by the name of Richard Villa.
Hello. It's funny, your viewers are going, we've never seen that motherfucker. Where
I
the
never
fuck
seen-
was he hiding? What part of HBO was he at?
He's all the way in page 5. Page 5.
Fictional.
You gotta keep scrolling.
You gotta go to fictional section. You see him.
You know the max part? He's on the max part.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta pay the extra $20 on top, bro.
Exactly.
You got the expensive shit. Yeah. Shit. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
It's a long drive to the hills, you know.
Yeah. From Fontana to here.
Yeah.
20 minutes. But you're in the new developed area. You know what I mean? We called you the uppities over here. The clean Rialto.
Yeah.
The clean.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now we're in the hills.
Stop.
Now we're in the hills.
The waves are crashing right now.
Yeah. All the seagulls and stuff. It's crazy out there. It looks really good out there today. Welcome to the podcast. All the
Thank
boys
you.
are excited to have you. And hopefully the audiences too. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they're ready for all your stories and everything, because
Yeah,
we got a bunch of questions.
Yeah, you guys asked me, is there any limits to what we can ask?
You
I
just say,
said, no.
You just say whatever the fuck.
Whatever the fuck you guys want to ask.
Yeah. So that was really nice of you. You say, whatever you want to ask. So go ahead.
Yeah, I got you.
Right away.
So, Richard,
Yeah.
what we do know about you is stand-up comic, right? You also run your own club, is that right?
My own club?
Do you run your own club, or you just organize?
You know what? For years, I did what was called the Refried Comedy Show, and it became a brand, and it just everywhere. It started spreading like crazy. Just at that time in the early 2000s, George Lopez was one of the biggest comedians hitting the scene, internationally and anywhere, all over the United States. So to create a product when Que Locos and Loco Comedy Jam and all that was hot, I created Refried Comedy at the Hollywood Improv, and it became a huge success. Like, it became a hub where everybody would just come out. And this is when the Comedy Store was just dark.
Yeah.
These are the years where the Comedy Store was dark.
The dark ages.
The dark ages that Rogan talks about.
Yeah.
Well, at that moment, the Improv on Friday nights was the spot to be. Like, everybody. People ask me, do you know this guy? And I keep telling them, why don't you ask them if they know me?
That's right.
Like, that's
right.
pimp shit.
Yeah,
like, when
yeah.
you see Chappelle say, hey, do you know Richard Villa? And if he says, yeah, I know Richard, then you go, fuck. Don't ask me, because I can lie to you.
Yeah,
I would rather you, if you know of me, ask another famous comedian, hey, do you know Richard Villa? And watch what they say to you.
Facts. This means a lot to your legacy, you know?
Hey, when they start going, I think that's good, bro.
Or they go,
No.
who?
yeah.
Villa?
HBO? You never heard him?
What was that whole atmosphere like during the dark ages? Like, I've heard comics say that motherfuckers were getting bumped. Motherfuckers weren't even going up. They were just running the light.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like from your perspective?
See, I didn't hang out at the store because my home was the Improv, and they're literally 5 minutes away from each other. So it was just are you a store comic? Are you an improv comic? Are you a Laugh Factory comic? And so everybody had almost like a little clique. And for me, the fact I went towards which one has more clubs?
Yeah.
The improv? I'll go to that one.
Because it makes more sense.
Yeah,
More
chance.
time.
Yeah, you had a better chance.
But what that allowed me to do was to grow that brand, Refry Comedy, across the nation, meaning from coast to coast. We were in New York, Chicago. We got up to 26, 27 cities that we were doing Refry comedy shows. So it generated money, man. We got to give a lot of work to a lot of people.
I love that. One of the most admirable things about you, at least from doing research on you, is that you are one of the persons who, actually I say the person to bring Spanish comedy to the States.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, because I'm a huge fan of like Spanish stand-up in general. I remember like when growing up watching fucking La Parodia, shit like stuff like that, or like Eugenio Derbez, La Hora Pico, all that shit. Like it was fucking hilarious to me. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but Spanish comedy makes me laugh way harder than like comedy in English.
I know why, because your mom would not let you change the channel.
Facts.
That's why.
That's
you
right.
were forced to watch.
Also, the titties on La Hora Pico.
Exactly.
Those bitches have
and that's
some.
because your dad, ay, déjale. Hey, yo quiero ver.
Studio 12 is after this, so you're not going anywhere, fool.
Unas pinches shishota.
Like, dude, it's true. Like, what was I 8 years old watching Otro Rollo? Like, that makes sense.
Cinco
Hey, but all those Spanish shows, like for real, we were laughing about it, but all the Spanish shows had some bitches on there, like showing ass and titties. All of them.
Yeah.
Why do you think your dad left it
That's what
there?
I'm saying.
It was either that or some fight content like Jose Luis y Censura.
I
You're
fucking
like,
again.
But the girls are still there.
Hey, the plot's still there.
Yeah.
You know,
But being that, and I'll be honest with you, I did it out of spite, out of anger, out of the fact that I didn't think it was fair. Running one of the hottest nights, Latino nights in Hollywood, was important. I felt like
You got a chip on your shoulder, bro.
Yeah, I did, because it was like after 10 years, the way they did it, the way they kicked me out was like, hey, you got 3 more shows.
Right.
I said, what do you mean? After 10 years, that's how you say goodbye to me? After making all that money, you're going to say, oh, you have 3 more shows, and then we're going to cancel your show. Why? We're going in a different direction. Motherfucker, I deserve a sit down, not a fucking text message. After 10 years, I deserve a, hey, let's sit down. It was a great partnership.
A decent send-off, you know, right?
Hey, let's make something, nothing, just, hey, you got 3 shows left. Make sure you pack them out. I was like, oh, shit. So what I did is I booked every open micer. Every Latino open micer, and I told my manager, I want you to put as many as you can in those 3 lineups. But he's like, the shows are gonna be shitty, bro. And I said, I don't give a fuck. This is the problem is, and I did it at the Improv. I said, do you know why it's important that we have a Latino show here in Hollywood? Because this is where if I ask you a question, how many of you in the audience right now, please clap. If you're part of a production company, you're a writer, producer, showrunner, or you know somebody in the business. And in Hollywood, 50, 60% of the audience would clap. I say, when I ask that question in a show in Pico Rivera, nobody claps.
That's facts.
Do you understand why it's important that we have representation here? Because this is where the showrunners are, where I want to do for a living. If I want to act, this is where I'll get hired. Give us this night. And they took it away. And I was like, fuck. So I said, you know what? Not only am I going to make a Latino night, but I'm going to bring you Spanish comedy. Fuck that. We're going to do it in Spanish now. If you didn't like the Spanglish, I'm going to give you all Spanish.
That's just dope, because it definitely inspired. Like recently, we know that Felipe Esparza released a special. Like he did it in English, and then he also did it in Spanish. I know Tom Segura was also in the working his material in the.
So that's
clubs,
the guy.
right?
Yeah, we go on the road. We work on his material, but it came from me being released from the Hollywood Improv and going like, what's my next step? Where do I pivot? How do I pivot? What makes me relevant, or how do I leave my mark? And I wasn't really looking for the mark. I was just more thinking, I can do this too. For a long time, and there were comedians. Let me tell you, a lot of comedians, because I would always end my English set with a Spanish joke, like Pepito joke. And they'd say, stop doing that beaner shit, bro. Stop doing those fucking jokes. And I said, no, bro, like I'm telling you, man, Spanish comedy is going to blow up in the U.S. And in 2013, I go to Mexico City with one phone number, trying to find out Spanish stand-up, and I found it. It's called The Beer Hall. If you go to Mexico City, the first place that ever did stand-up, original stand-up, not joke telling, not polo jokes, not Luis Alba shit. This is stand-up, was the beer hall. And I go there, and in 6 months, I'm on Televisa. Like, they see me perform, and they're like, dude, you're so fucking good.
You're like a gem to them. You're like, what the fuck? Why are you here?
Here's the thing, though. Is like, I have a question. Is were you scared, like, going into this new frontier of comedy? Because you're a pioneer, fool. Like, I hope you see it that way, you know? And it's like, you're going into this new territory and shit that no one else is navigating through at the time, you know? And like, is there any part of it was like, you're kind of scared and stuff to be out there, or you're kind of scared to put it out there that way in that format?
In a way, it was very scary, but at the same time, it revamped that fire that I was missing now. You understand? I'm at the Hollywood Improv for 14 years, having success, being in movies, Real Rob. I'm doing it. And then I felt like the industry just pulled the rug under me. And so in a way, it was like starting all over from scratch. Yeah. Those 14 years don't count anymore. So I had to go to the beer hall to do an open mic on a Monday, ask for a spot, and do 5 minutes.
Right.
But it does scare you, but because I had the talent to be able to deliver right away, the success was quicker. Does that make sense? Like, did you ever hear that say, once you make your first million, you can lose it because you know how to make the next million?
Yeah.
That's how it was with Spanish comedy. Because I knew how to build myself as a stand-up. When I went to Mexico, it happened in 6 months. And television just catapulted me there.
Yeah.
And then Comedy Central Latin America. And then from there, America pays attention. They go, oh, shit, you're killing it in Mexico. We want to give you a show here.
Right.
So it happened on a matter of a year and a half. My success just blew up in Mexico.
Well, that's respect, though, because even if it did happen quicker, it wasn't lateral movement. Like, it wasn't here to here, I'm big here, over here now.
No.
It's like you're still grinding back up, you know, even if you know how to do it.
I just knew how to jump the levels. I just knew how to jump levels, meaning when I showed up to the Hollywood, this is a great fucking thing that we did. I called Luis de Alba. The Improv wouldn't give me a Latino night, meaning an all Spanish night. And I finally went to the president of the company and I said, listen, I just had a verbal with Luis de Alba, the Don Rickles of the US. I mean, this guy's huge. I need you to give me a weekend. He's like, you think he's going to sell? I'm telling you he's going to sell. I call Luis and I say, Luis, in Spanish, Señor, no tengo dinero, I don't have any money, but I guarantee you that I can hustle. And he told me, no te preocupes, mijo. Usted dígame cuándo tengo que estar ahí. Now, keep in mind, this is my dad's idol.
Yeah.
This is my Luis de Alba. When I was a kid, my dad would go to the video store and get anything with Luis de Alba on it. Just bring it home. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And so for me now to be able to use that tool to bring him in, not only did the guy sell out 5 shows, he sold the 6th show. We ran out of tequila and beer.
Damn.
The president of the company came down, wanted to shake his hand and say, wow, we've never had this success like that.
And that's a big deal, like selling out alcohol, believe it or not.
Bro,
that's the money. The money is the venue.
This was on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday was still coming. So I don't want to say where, but
all of a sudden you're on the news was like, oh fuck, hey, you know what? We have a shortage on tequila right now. Yeah, so prices are going up. Okay.
But
That's dope.
50, and it's funny because they asked one of the managers, they said, as an institution of comedy, we've been here for 50 years. What do you think has been the biggest changes we've seen? And one of the managers said, we've never had to ask the audience Spanish or English. Richard showed up. Now we have to ask, are you here for the Spanish show or the English show?
There's some fool in there right now. Like, y'all got subtitles right now?
That's dope because now you're even seeing like Spanish-speaking comedians transition into English now too. So they're almost adopting that same method that you did early on.
Yeah.
They're coming into because they know the market here is huge and anything that speaks English. But one thing I wanted to touch on is that not everything was fucking roses in Mexico. I wanted to bring up that fucking Bro, how the fuck did you manage to get canceled in Mexico?
How did I get married?
How the fuck did that happen?
This is the thing.
Hey, what is
By the way, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting canceled in Mexico. Leave it to Richard.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're gonna get canceled somewhere, Mexico's the best spot, bro.
Shout out to Poncho, bro.
Exactly.
The Poncho had to be the one, bro.
Yeah,
it wasn't
bro.
gonna be one of their own, bro.
You're fucking shit up, bro.
It was on his own loteria card, fool.
Okay, this is the thing too. Why I got canceled, and this is where the hypocrisy of this whole thing is.
No, it's funny. Yeah.
It's hilarious. At the same time, it was weird because keep you got to put everything in perspective. I come from Guatemala with a sold out show in March. My manager tells me your Latin American tour is over. Your American tour is over. Everything is over. We're shutting down. If you leave the country now, I cannot guarantee you're gonna come back. Wow. So you're grounded now. I said, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. I've been working for 20 fucking years. I've got the success. I'm just gonna fucking chill for a few months. Yeah. Well, a few months, like we all know now, wasn't a few months. So 6 months, 7 months into this shit.
You said 2 weeks.
Yes, exactly. You said 2 weeks. And 2 weeks became 2
People
years.
are telling me to like send them back cheese. Like that's how long I've been here for. Like,
I would have put an order in if I knew you were out there.
So my wife said, relax, chill. And that meant for me just to fucking chill. And I could see my money leaving my bank account. Do you understand? Oof. See, you can work. People were essential. Comedy was not essential. Yeah. And at this moment, everything was coming out of my account. My savings was going away. And I was thinking, fuck, am I ever going to be able to work again? And I'm freaking the fuck out. So how do you calm down? You start drinking. And you start smoking weed. And you start drinking and smoking weed and drinking and drinking and drinking. And why not? I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So I just keep drinking. And I hit this fucking depression, bro, where I'm just like chucking down a bottle of vodka a day. And I'm just fucking watching TV, getting fat as fuck and not doing anything. Just brutally, just fucked up. And my buddy says, hey, you want to be part of this roast? Yeah. So I said, yeah, I want to be part of this roast, but today's a special night, so I better get 2 bottles of vodka. Damn. Do you understand? Not because you tell me we're going to have a show today, I stop being an alcoholic or I stop having the habit of drinking a bottle of vodka. The show's not till 8 o'clock, so I'm drinking since 12, 11 in the morning.
I love how we just breezed past the fact that he said a buddy. Like he's not the biggest comedian in Latin America.
It's Camilla. Yeah. But he has this little thing that once you don't work with him, he won't say your name. Oh, that's why El Señor es Camilla. I'll give him the same respect he gives me. El Señor. That's why I'm not saying his name. They can Google it. I don't give a fuck. But and then I'll talk about what he did in a minute. So that's where I'm at in my life. You understand? The world doesn't know this. The world doesn't know that I'm running out of money. I have a daughter. I have a home. I have a wife. I have everything on my shoulders, and I'm drinking. And the only pleasure I got is going on this roast. And in this roast, I thought everything goes just like what I see at the Comedy Store. In the Comedy Store,
here they call you a rapist.
The Comedy
all of a
Store,
sudden, like, hey, thanks for the roofie you gave me. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Exactly. You gotta
You're
remember,
like, I didn't do that today.
Mexico's roast is not to the point where it is here.
No.
They'll talk about your mom, and it's heavy. Over there, they're so behind on like anything roast.
It's so funny because the girl that I roasted went on the record and said, oh, it's because America's so behind.
Oh, bro.
And I was like, you piece of shit. Okay, so we're behind. Bitch, I went to discover this over there.
So that was the irony of that situation, right? Because for those who don't know, so the whole roast was he came on the roast and he's fucking cooking this bitch. Like
I was like, not her ass.
He's cooking it, bro. He has a whole production team behind him. People are holding up signs that say you're a fucking whore. Like, this shit's crazy. The videos online.
That sounds successful as fuck to me, low-key.
To me, though, like, as a fucking, also, I guess, pocho in quotations, I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, this shit's hilarious. But to them, bro, on the live stream, they're like, he's calling the girl a whore. Like, they're fucking taken back, right?
Now, this from a country that invented the puto! But I'm the asshole now. Okay, we'll go.
By the way,
hey, we love you.
I remember when this shit first came out, and I was like, I didn't really pay much mind to it because, I don't know, I just didn't really give a fuck. But I remember, like, we've all been subscribed to Franco for years, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember seeing when this first, but when we were doing research on you again, I was like, oh wait, what the? It was Richard. Yeah, he's the one who got into this whole mess. But I remember watching it back and then seeing some interviews of her take too on like what she thought of the situation. Like you said, she was going like, oh, like if that's the comedy in the United States, if that's how like Spanish-speaking comedy is in the States, then they're super behind. And I'm over here thinking, I'm like, bitch, aren't you guys behind on women's rights over there? Shut the fuck up.
Who let you talk?
Nah, like the irony is like, oh, your comedy is so behind over there. No, bitch, your fucking rights are so behind over there.
It's fucking with comedy.
This is
the irony.
Now, everybody knows only what they saw. I'm telling you what's behind the scenes. Now, this girl that I roasted, first of all, she wasn't supposed to be my opponent. They switched me from her. I was supposed to do Paco Maya, and they switched her the one day before the roast. And I was like, okay, so now I'm roasting a girl. And I even told my boy, who did they give you? Monica Escobedo.
Yep.
He told me, take the L. Take the L. He said, she's married to the producer from Comedy Central, Latin America. Do you understand? Take the L. I said, but I want to go hard, bro. Fuck it, I'll go hard. He said, no, take the L, bro. Just fucking lay it down. Just do soft toss, whatever. She roasts you, you're done. Take the L. Did I take the L?
No.
I went hard, motherfucker.
You went crazy.
Like Monica Escobedo, pinche puta. Like, whoa! Dude. That's how you're starting it, my
Yes.
That's how I knew you were gonna be good in the beginning, bro. I'm like, let him hop on the beat.
Hey, he's gonna kill
No,
it,
bro. And the whole funny thing about this whole situation is that like then it's her turn, right? And she's like doing slam poetry and shit.
What
the fuck are you doing? You just got cooked.
Now,
everybody, now nobody knows this. Nobody knows that I'm depressed. Nobody knows what's going on in my life. Nobody knows to what was happening at that moment is not that my wife or my family didn't think this was a bad idea. My wife even pulled me aside and said, are you sure you want to do this? But I'm so drunk at this moment and so out of it. And I'm thinking like you guys are thinking right now, fuck it, this is going to be great.
It's
I mean,
comedy.
I hope they take it as a joke.
It's comedy,
And no, they got all upset. They got really butthurt. I'm like, look, I'm not going to apologize for a fucking roast. First of all, I didn't pick her. I didn't knock on her door and say, hey, I'm going to fucking insult you. No, they said, this is your opponent. I asked, what are the rules? You just can't say verga. Okay, I won't say that word. And none of that word was promoted. But everything else goes. Right?
Everything else.
That's what they said.
So the very next day, I get backlash from El Señor Escamilla. We won't say his name. But El Señor Escamilla. And says, I don't longer work with this guy. I am not going to associate myself with this guy. I'm not this and this and this and this and that. And then everybody started canceling me and going, you're eres un hijo tu puta madre and this and that. And I'm thinking,
death threats.
My family was getting death threats, bro. They're telling me, you'll never work in Mexico again. And I'm like, I didn't want to. I don't know if you know what my parents did. They snuck on this side of the border because there was nothing for us over there. So he basically goes, I no longer work with him. He had to make it an announcement. And people told me, what do you think of what I said, dude, I get it. You know, you're scared. I was scared too. I mean, you don't want to get canceled because this is any income you're getting, because I know you're not touring either. I don't care how big you are. Even though you're making that much money, you also are spending that much money.
True.
Keep that in mind. So when Franco did what he did, Donde Escamilla did what he did, I understood him. And I told him, hey, this is your platform. This is your baby. But at the same time, bro, you got to keep that fucking energy with everybody. You got to keep that fucking energy with yourself too, because you can't put yourself on a fucking pedestal and say what I did was wrong and how dare I degrade women, but yet you and everybody else and your fucking team does the same shit. You do it to each other's mothers. You do it to each other's fucking family, and yet me, I'm the monster. I was like, fuck it, I'm cool. The last point, I mean, the dagger that fucking just on the nail was the fact that I had a bad moment that day. That was a bad day for me. Do you understand? I made changes. I lost weight. I don't fucking indulge in getting fucked up and doing stupid shit anymore. I'm more mindful. I went to therapy. I did everything I had to do to fucking better myself. The person that I did this to, Monica, I was the one that booked her on her first TV show in the U.S. I'm the one that put her into HBO Latino. I'm the one that opened those doors for her and many of the other people that were in that fucking show.
Yeah.
A lot of them had a lot to say when they say my first time was, and they will say Richard. I went to Mexico to give work, not to take.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people go, well, that doesn't fucking give you a right to fucking call her a bitch. No, it doesn't.
Kinda.
No, it doesn't. But that also
Chill.
doesn't give her the right to slander me and then fucking drag me through the mud instead of speaking up and saying, look, it's not okay what he said, but that guy's not a monster or that guy's not who you say he is because he's done this. But nobody spoke up for me. Eso sí, Gloria Trevi can rape fucking women and fucking do all sorts of shit. And Mexico, ay, Gloria Trevi, we forgive you now. Really?
Yeah.
Fucking
that's one of
other
their
people
own,
do
though.
physical fucked up shit. Your own government kills 43 of your students, but I'm the asshole?
But that's one of their own.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's because you want to.
The hypocrisy would have been like had he if Richard Villa would have came and he was on the live, but he's sitting on like 5 million followers on Instagram. There wouldn't have been that pushback. That's the hypocrisy in the whole situation. But I do want to say though, I did see some interviews. Some people did come to your defense. Like some people were like, I mean, I don't fuck with what he did, but he's like, I've known him for years and he's a good guy. So when I was listening to that shit, I was like, because I even, when I was first listening to that shit, I was like, oh shit, like, is Richard a good dude? Ultimately, right? Like, is he a good dude? Because you tend to go with what the masses are saying. But then when I would hear some interviews and people would be like, nah, like he's been a good fucking dude in my entire career, and now they're just like people were just switching up on him because they're scared too if they're losing their fucking job. And I wanted to pretty much bring up our situation too. Recently we got under fire under like this pretty big creator, like same thing almost with Don Escamilla, right? This huge this girl with this huge following, and we said some shit she didn't like. She thought it was fucking racist towards like indigenous people, this and that. When in reality, when we sit here, we come with I think the context is like we're all fucking around. It's all jokes.
Yeah.
If things really are, if things would have really been that serious and we would have really been that offensive, I think we would have the balls to be like, hey, you know what? I fucked up. But when you listen to that shit back, and I mean, we might even show it to you so you can really get the context of the situation. You just kind of see that like people are fucking like
They take themselves too serious.
that, and then like people just follow,
Yeah.
Like if the person with the most fucking followers says one thing, they just flock towards that and they just assume that person is right.
And like
that's
that
not
clip
necessarily
already
the case.
had context, so people are already going, "Oh, man, they're misogynistic." Okay, like that's what I'm looking for. Like they don't think we're joking. So we should run with
Of course
that.
not. Now, first of all, do you guys have major sponsors?
Nope.
Does your livelihood depend on this?
No.
Then
not yet.
fuck that bitch. You understand? No, I'm sorry.
I
This is the
know.
thing is I'm sorry. We've gotten
I
to
know,
the
I
point
know.
where we're all canceling each other. What? You're not perfect. That girl that canceled
That's
you
all,
or started talking bad about you, something's coming down the river for you. Trust me, you're not perfect. We all make mistakes. The only way you cannot get canceled if you're transparent. Why is Joey Coco Diaz not being canceled?
motherfuckers.
Because he tells you, I don't give a fuck, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Cocksuckers. You know what the fuck I'm saying.
On a fucking Tuesday.
You know what I mean? On a Tuesday. So now, when you fucking pick up your collar and you say, well, I won't work with him because he did this and he is that. And you remember, you're pointing fingers, motherfucker. You're not perfect.
Yup.
And the year's not over.
Well, it's a
and
glass
you're not
house,
dead,
you know?
motherfucker. 'Cause, you're going to fuck up. And when you fuck up, you know, everybody goes up, everybody goes down. Right now, maybe that girl's hot.
Yeah.
She's the hottest thing right now. She has all those followers. Tomorrow, you guys blow up, and she fucks up.
Yep.
You understand? It's cancel culture cancels cancel culture.
It's just like at least I could say from this end, from our end, like it's different though. Like when people are like coming at you and shit, you start to feel like the whole world hates you.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not. Literally, what the fuck is Twitter, fool? Like, it's literally fucking, 1,500 people or something in one fucking comment thread saying some
But they
shit.
seem like the masses.
But they
almost,
feel
you know?
like the masses because it's so fucking loud, you know?
Dude,
But it's nothing, you
But
know?
people need something to talk about.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
whole, el mormo se dice in Spanish. I still have people right now saying, you're a piece of shit for what you did to her. And I'm like, bro, it's been 3 years. Get over it. Relax. I'm pretty sure. Look, I'll tell you this. She's divorced already. See, I mean, you understand? And if you asked her ex-husband, why is she divorced? He might agree with me. You know what I mean? So you're still defending somebody that you still know what the fuck is going on, buddy.
He still watches your roast, like,
Oh, shit.
I was on it.
I think what annoyed me the most about that situation was that, like, in the context of it being fucking comedy, it's just like, all right, you either find it funny or you don't. But if you don't find it funny, just take the L
Move
and
the
that's
fuck
it.
on.
You know what I'm saying? And they didn't do that. It's like they try to fucking drag him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't think it was funny. And also because it was a woman, had he have been to a fucking guy and called him a puto, this, and that, it wouldn't have had that
They would've
backlash.
laughed.
Was it a coincidence that these motherfuckers in Mexico just said, "Oh, I don't want her. Switch it. Give it to Richard."
Yeah.
They
Like, let him take the
all
fire.
of us. Yeah, let him take the L. Fuck that. I don't want to fight
She's
her.
fucking
I don't
dating such and such. Fuck
Exactly.
that.
That's
Yeah.
they just got married. Anything you say to her right now can jeopardize what happens on
Yeah.
Comedy Central. So I don't want her. I don't want her. I'm the guy who shut up. Hey guys, so what are you doing? You're gonna battle Monica. Oh fuck. That's my.
I'll take her on. What's up?
Well, that kind of speaks to like how behind they were though, because of the fact that you can't say that stuff even though someone's a wife of whoever it is, depending on like whatever power it is that be, like that kind of speaks to like you versus.
I mean, listen, even Pepe Garza got into it. Pepe Garza made it. ¿Cómo te atreves a tener cierto? Motherfucker, you represent artists that talk about killing. El Chapo's
and
fucking
drugs.
killing people in Sinaloa. And that's okay. Let's fucking put another corrido on. Yeah, fucking me la pelan y todas esas pinches putas. Yeah. But I, on a roast, joking around, insult the woman, you had to go and make a video. I don't think what he did was... Shut the fuck up, dude. The hypocrisy of this shit.
It's also like, hey, like, take some heat off of me, low key. There's a lot of people who use that as an opportunity to like, let's take the fucking heat off of me. Go ahead. If I look at like a good guy at this point, maybe people forget the shit that hypocritical shit I did in the past. And it's like, no, it doesn't change you, fool.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Like it just...
And the thing is, I didn't do any interviews. I didn't do anything. I wanted to see where all the chips fell at the end.
Yeah.
Once I saw what was happening, okay, I control the interview. I released the video I want. I'm not gonna, because El Gordo y la Flaca was calling me, Univision, Televisa, Azteca. Everybody wanted to know because at that moment I became a trending thing.
It was fucking huge.
It was trending. Everybody's like,
huge.
from Costa Rica, Colombia, I was seeing videos from all over because he had a huge stretch.
You know what's funny? Like in the end, Don Escamilla ended up fucking benefiting from that entire situation. He got more eyes,
Of course.
on the channel. Like,
Yes.
controversy creates fucking like movement in this space.
Yes.
And what's funny about like of our situation is that if anything, you gain more people, and they, you gain a fan in almost.
Now, what I did too is this, like I said, everything is a learning situation. I learned from it, I grew from it, but I also understood, fuck the world. No offense to you guys watching. Fuck you. I don't owe you shit. I owe my daughter.
You hear that, Mom?
That is it. I owe my daughter. That is it. In life, because I've been around really famous, rich people. And they give a fuck about what other people say. And that eats them alive. And me, I made my life very simple. My focus is that little girl, because at the end of the day, everybody can tweet and write whatever the fuck they want. But my daughter was witness of what kind of man and character I am.
Yeah.
So you can tell my daughter what a monster I was, but my daughter can tell you, really? Because for my entire life, he demonstrated what a great man he is. Yeah. So you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, the only opinion that matters is that. Very rich people say, if at the end of your career, of your fortune, your kids hate you, you did it wrong.
Yeah.
True.
Because those are the only people that are going to be there.
Yeah,
And I think
So
you know
fuck
that.
'em.
You know that probably because of your upbringing as well, right? Like you had you had a crazy ass upbringing.
Yeah.
And also, but like people can say what they want about your father, maybe the way he conducted his family business, but you know who your father was and you have a respect for him. I'm right.
Of course, of course. He's talking about my dad and me selling crack when I was 10.
We know.
Hey, you got some?
Yeah. And my Theo used to buy.
So I tell, because people will say, why are you such a great dad? And I said, because I know what a very bad one feels like. Does
That's
that make
deep, though.
sense?
Yeah,
It's deep,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
At least you have
True,
one,
though.
It's deep though.
So when
fool.
At least you have one.
Hey, man.
But that's the thing. Another thing. At least I had one.
We're social distancing right now, all right? Me and my dad are social distancing. That's what it is.
How far is it?
He just happens to be 6 feet vertical.
It's okay, bro.
Rest in peace.
But
I'm sure he's proud of you in the garage. and shit.
Yeah.
I had fun deleting all those shitty comments, and not just deleting, but blocking all those people, because I want to keep them to their fucking energy. Those same hypocrites that talk shit to me after the whole scandal, I block, because my brother told me, you're the comeback kid. Now they know you're not perfect. Now you can do whatever the fuck you want. Now come back from this, rise from the dead, and those motherfuckers that were talking shit are gonna try to at you. But they're blocked. Fuck them. They don't get to get it anymore.
That's right. Heck yeah. That's right.
It's just
I was gonna say something that you were saying, just to add to the fact that you were saying, you pretty much you just want to make your daughter proud, right? Like that's it, right? And now like you're just doing shit that you want. Because I was looking at other podcasts that you were saying like the thing that you have that a lot of these huge people, because you know these huge people, right? But something that you have that they don't is like you can go out and eat and do shit with like your daughter and shit.
Yeah.
And you only want to do things that you want to do.
That's it. There is no pressure. I don't owe the executives at HBO shit. I don't know the executives at. Of course, I don't have shit either. But 1 million is gonna make me happy, or 2 million? How many millions is it gonna take for me to be happy?
you want me to put that?
None. I'm gonna be happy.
50? I would be like at least 20. Like,
Because I've seen these motherfuckers with 100 million and they're still not happy.
Yeah.
Meaning,
That's true.
fuck money, bro. Fuck money. The fact that dude, you told me when you can go. When are you ready?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, done. Tomorrow. Why? Because I said so. And then tomorrow I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And then Monday I'll do again whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's
Why?
why I like that you came here,
That's
because you reached out to us. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanted to, you know, like
Yeah, I told you I want to do your
either
podcast.
come on here or we go do yours, which is we're down to do both. But
Yeah.
you know, it's like it spoke a lot because then I obviously I did my research after the fact, but like when I started listening to like a lot of podcasts, you said in a lot of podcasts that you get to do a lot what you want to do, and I was like, oh shit, like. He reached out to us, like he wanted to come and do this and talk
we
shit.
felt like it.
You know, and I was like, that's cool. It speaks on us and it speaks on like, you know.
I'll tell you why too, because you guys were close.
It's just like this is just going to
They're up the
Starbucks.
street.
Bro. What the fuck?
Wait, the beach is closed?
And I like the vibe, you know. I kept seeing your clips and I was like, all right, cool. They're just talking shit and they relate to everything I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure. Fuck it, I want to do this podcast.
We appreciate that, and I just want to say we're thankful because also for paving a way into this shit, you know, because a lot of people don't understand with freedom comes a price, you know, like it doesn't just you come here and you do whatever the fuck you want. Like you obviously felt a lot of pain and shit even to get to the spot now where you're at mentally, where it's like you could do all this shit with all the freedom, like the feeling of it, you know. And it's like, you know, you didn't come to this country like, you know, I remember that joke that you had said about coming to the
Just like Dracula.
just like Dracula, you know. And it's like, yeah, because it comes at a price, you know. This shit just doesn't. You don't just come with the entitlement of it, you know.
It comes with choices. It's just the choices you make. I have a brother right now serving 3 years for making meth. And the day he got arrested, what was I doing? I think. Yeah, I went to the governor's mansion. No, that was this, but I had went to like a retreat they did at the, what is this called? The island, Catalina Island.
Yeah.
They had the governor there.
glad
And they
you
had a
said that,
big mansion. It was Catalina
Where
Island.
I was going with that was
And I-
completely different.
I'm with the governor 3 years ago in Catalina Island, and there's they're doing some thing, but I'm the entertainment. And they're treating me like royalty, and I'm staying in a very nice hotel. And my mom calls me and says, hey, they arrested your brother. He's going to jail. Ya, pues ya le dieron su sentencia. He's going to go for 3 years. While I'm here going to go meet the governor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
The difference in life is like, God damn, like, why should I be getting these fucking... But it was the choices I made in life, man.
Yeah.
And nothing is an accident. You know what I mean? Everything's going to mold you into who you are. Selling drugs with my dad in Compton at the age of 10, in a way also protected me because I know what that does to a person.
Yeah.
I'm not a crackhead. I don't like coke.
Right.
I don't look for it. Meth, none of that shit doesn't interest me. You know why? Because I saw physically what it did to people and how vulnerable they were and how stupid they were. And I was like, damn, it embarrasses me. So to that point. So I'm like, ugh. And maybe that helped me. I don't know what kind of person I'd be if I didn't fucking feel that way about cocaine now because of what I did as a kid. But it also taught me about business. It taught me about there is no limitations. Nobody should fucking put a limit on how much you earn. You should never work for anybody. Like, these are the conversations I was having with my dad. You said something really funny. I was in Compton in 1988, and people say what happened to me was abuse. I said, motherfucker, I had a dad in Compton, and he had a job. He sold crack to your dad. That's why you don't have one.
That shit, it's like the people who are like, oh, I feel bad for that dog with that homeless guy. I'm a fucking dog is happy as shit, bro. He's always with his owner.
Hey, you think that dog knows he's homeless? Well, first of all, that motherfucker's like, I got fucking food. What the fuck you talking
He loves it. He's like, do I smell or does he smell?
Hey, this is a long ass walk, fool. I'm gonna tell y'all. Fool.
You see how fucking sad your fucking Fluffy is when we leave the house?
Yeah.
Bro, that fucking dog's happy as shit.
Those dogs don't fucking know shit.
Computer lies, bro.
But that's it, man.
I want to ask that question. How did your dad get into that? Like,
Necessity. And also, my dad wasn't. It's not. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my dad was an angel. My dad was not an angel. My dad had this hustle mentality. I mean, if your parents needed a card, you know, when you were getting residencies back in the 80s and 87, 88, if you needed a card that said you were here longer in the country, my mom and dad would manufacture those fucking letters. So if your parents got residency in the 80s, my dad probably gave him that card. Like, he was in touch with fraud. He would do all sorts
thanks
of
for
shit.
hooking it up.
So my dad would generate so much fucking money. I never lived in an apartment. I always had a house. My dad was that person. My dad would say, Mijo, check the refrigerator. What do you see? I say, a 6-pack of beer. No, pendejo, behind it. I said, a gallon of milk. He goes, that's what it is.
Another 6-pack.
They're like, you know
But
what?
yeah, behind that one.
Yeah.
Los podos, ¿no?
¿Cuántos hay? Ahí es el galón de leche.
You know what? Alcoholism isn't my fault. You know, I think about it.
So, you know what I mean? He built that in me. I can't just sit still and just wait for somebody to tell me here's an opportunity. He always created his. So to your question, how did he get started? The opportunity came and he took it and he said, shit, let's do this. At first, he wasn't. He was like, what? How the fuck do I sell coke, bro? I don't even speak English. And then he goes, but Richard does. I'm Richard. That's how I got integrated into the business. The fact that I can speak Spanish and English. Then he said,
hey, being bilingual is important, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a sell crack.
It's on his resume and
Hey,
shit.
it's similar because I read the bills from my parents. You fucking translated it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's similar.
El pinche Timón quiere.
Yeah. But my dad's like, I'm not a crackhead, so I'm not in that community. It's not like I can put up a billboard and say, hey, I sell crack now. But my uncle Hugo was my dad's brother. Yeah. So he said, that's your marketing department. So we would give a rock to my uncle Hugo once a night, every night, and he would smoke it, and then he'd go out and tell everybody.
Hey, this is good. You gotta try it.
Bro, he was good. I mean, that motherfucker was successful because we had a line, bro.
There's a drive-thru at his pad.
But then my dad said, okay, I got the marketing, I got the translation. He says, I don't know how to make crack.
Yeah.
Like, it's a skill. Yeah. And my uncle, who was telling my dad how to sell crack, says, no, your wife's a great cook. It's like making cookies, except you can't make the fucking spoon at the end. It's very simple.
Yeah. It's like flautas.
That's like flautas. Just gotta learn how to flip them. Yeah. So we're off, man. We made a fucking ton of money. Yeah. I even told my mom, what happened to all the fucking money? What happened? We had so much money. What happened? And she said, tu papa. That's just like he earned it. He fucking you have fucking half brothers, half sisters. You have another family in Mexico. You have
and that shit came to like an abrupt end.
Oh shit! This is my dad.
Oh, crazy.
Hey, put him on.
No, bro. He's dead. I hope he doesn't answer.
Relatable.
Hey, I feel you. Yeah.
And it came to like the whole business just came to like an abrupt end, or you just casually just went away?
Well, I don't do this.
So we're trying to get in the market.
I put this in my material, but I don't talk about the end because it's not actually that funny. But I'm trying to work it in. Listen, like any business, you're stepping in somebody's territory, and we're very successful selling crack. Mm-hmm. So at that moment, the cribs in that area fucking realize, hey, we're not selling as much as we used to. What the fuck? And then other crackheads are not loyal. They're saying, because they sell it over here. Mm-hmm. And we were known for not selling potato.
Yeah.
Okay, and my dad was like, nosotros no vendemos papa. Back then, because the ramp was so big, these young kids would put pieces of potato in those fucking little vials, and they would sell potato. and they would come and complain with us, and they knew, nah, bro, they never sell potato, bro. They're legit. So we became really popular. So guess what? Crips showed up and they want to tax my dad.
Yeah.
And so this big guy just comes in, says, hey, man, we know what you're doing. And my dad's sitting, looking up. My dad's 5'6". This is a 6'4", black guy, buff.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, okay. He throws a punch at him.
Motherfucker.
He throws a punch at him.
Yeah, we volver.
When he was done talking, my dad threw the punch at him. And the guy does this. Whoop, my dad missed. And the guy goes, and beats the shit out of my dad. Fucking floors him. Gives him a combination with a biscuit and he's out. So when he falls to the floor, he looks up, he realizes he can't control the situation. He runs inside, grabs his 38, and from inside the house, we're in the living room, we just see him. Boo, boo, he's running. The guy's just bucking it. He runs up the stairs of these apartment buildings in Compton. And my dad's just like, pop, 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 drunk out of his ass, shooting a 38.
Fucking Richard's watching Plaza Sésamo and shit.
One bullet, 2 bullets, 3 bullets, 4 bullets. Bro.
So it's a safe neighborhood.
Yeah, it's Compton, you know? So when that happened, we didn't want to pay. Well, you know what happens next. Yeah. So my mom's like, Lolo, we got to get out of this business. It's been 3 years. Let's get the fuck out. They already hit you up. They're going to fuck us up. No. My dad said, no. Sure enough, they do a drive-by. But they didn't stop. They just went, and they shot up our house. And my mom's like, I'm leaving. And my dad's like, no, it's a drive-by. Back in 88, they were popular. 89, era para los otros negros.
It's trendy.
It's trendy. They have it all the time. Look at the news. They have one in Linwood, too. They had one in Linwood. So my mom was still, at this point, people say, why didn't your mom leave? Like, shut the fuck up. People are so stupid. Like, they say, why didn't your mom do something about it? Why didn't your mom fucking... Dude, my mom comes from Zacatecas, Huchipila, Conticlan. Graduated elementary school. Has no family here, okay? Has nobody to go to. No access to anything. Does not speak the language. You think a lady with 5 kids now at this time is going to walk away? Where does she go? Shut the fuck up. It's easy for you to talk, but when you have so many limitations in your life, you're stuck. So... the last thing that happened that really that my mom said, fuck it, we're leaving. And then we stopped selling drugs was they literally came because the last drive-by, I guess, wasn't a message. And we're getting ready to go to Mexicali. And my mom's packing bags and she has my brother's car seat, Teddy, my younger brother, on the bed. And she's getting everything ready. And they literally stop in front of the house, get off the car, and just start unloading on the house. And my dad had built a fort of metal in the front where we built the candy store. And there were bullet holes all over the house. And we all hit the floor. And my little brother Teddy, you just see they hit the car seat. Boom, he flips over. And I see my mom just go, ah! She's running towards the floor, grabs my brother, takes him out of the car seat. And she's checking him for bloods or bullets or anything. And no, they just hit the car seat on top by this much.
Damn.
That night, I remember my mom grabbed trash bags. And she said, mijo, put everything in the trash bags. Whatever you're going to take, we're not coming back. And we left that night with trash bags. And the very next day, we stayed in a hotel that night. My dad was like, come back. Nope, that's your business. You run it on your own. Fuck it, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. The next day, my mom grabbed those savings that we had from selling drugs, went to a real estate agent and said, go get me a house. He goes, oh yeah, let's go get you a fucking house.
Bass.
And we got a house with furniture and everything. The guy's like, no, they can have the furniture fucking for this much.
You guys ever heard of the Inland Empire? Like,
you like the IE?
Yeah. You like horses? Like, it's a pony.
So we moved out of there to South Central, bro. It was just they got us a really quick house. My dad still ran the business for maybe 2 weeks, and then he just decided, you know what, you're right, I'm out. This is it.
Well, yeah, if I imagine, like, also, like, the kid who also got a pulpurino with a bullet in it was like, what the fuck, fool? You know I can't fucking return this, dog.
Bro, give this to Salma Hayek.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so that was the ending, man. The end was that we got pushed out, and at that moment, the people that were supplying my dad were having conflicts with another biker gang at that time. I can't really tell you the names, but so the support that my dad needed for them to, kick back and not fuck with us wasn't there at that moment. They just couldn't help him. They said, we can keep giving you drugs, but right now we're busy fucking fighting this war over here. We're like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. I know you said you couldn't add that into or you haven't found a way to add it. I don't know how you're going to, babies getting shot up and, drive-bys. I don't know how you're going to make it work, but I believe in you. I believe in you.
Well, which is something I wanted to ask you is like, how much of your material like is 100% like you, like in your like anecdotal basically?
So a lot of people would question what happened, stuff like that. So I took it upon myself to record my mom, and I interviewed her because she's the only person alive that can actually be eyewitness to everything that I'm saying on stage.
Yeah.
So I recorded her, and so we start the whole thing. Mom, ¿a qué edad empecé yo a vender coca con mi papá? Ricardo empezó a vender coca con su papá a los 10 años cuando vivíamos en... And so she relates the story, but she's not funny. Like she's just telling you, hey, this fucking happened. I don't know why you think this is. Yeah.
She's like, we made a 250 grand a month.
Yeah. No, I even tell her like
I gotta sell this at Comedy Central. What the fuck you doing?
Throwing a joke, mom. Fuck.
Yeah.
Work with me here,
Or
lady.
something. Knock, knock. Who's there? A bullet. Come on, fucking.
Knock, knock, bam. So
Work it in. You got it.
We trust you.
So I asked my mom too as a kid. I said, I remember, Mom, we would go to all these bars. What was my dad doing? He says, well, your dad was hustling in these bars. Back then, nobody had a cell phone with a camera.
Yeah.
And he would go to these chalinillo bars. And he would go there and he would go and tell the hookers, hey, sit there and let's negotiate, get a picture so he can take it home as a memory. And I'll give you $3 and we'll charge him 10 and I take 7. So my dad was always hustling pictures at bars and stuff like that. But there was no babysitter. We were broke. So the babysitter was my mom in the car driving him to the fucking Chalino bar while my dad drank and took pictures. And when he could come back to the car, he would say, how many pictures do you think I took? 2, 3, whatever. Whoever guessed right got donuts at the end of the night and stuff like that. And I was like, well, how much were the pictures? They were $5. And I was like, all right. And I told my mom, why don't we have pictures of us at that age if my dad was a photographer? She said, well, you didn't have $5.
Got your ass. You kind of got your ass.
Damn,
This is a
fuck
business.
This is a business, man.
This is a business. This is free.
Have we not been teaching about business this whole time?
Yeah. So,
You had money. You should put in.
Yeah, bro, you didn't have money. What the fuck?
This is before
were
the
selling
drugs.
crack.
No.
Oh, yeah?
This is when we were little kids, bro.
He wasn't employed yet.
I'm talking 4 or 5.
He was an apprentice.
I didn't get into the business till I was 10.
was in training.
So I was in training, but the hustle was there. Yeah.
That's a crazy ass upbringing. I don't see how you like ever could run out of fucking material.
That's the whole thing. And when you ask me, is it 100%? I cannot make it 100% because if I do, you don't know. The audience won't swallow it. I have to put the pill inside the peanut butter, meaning my tragedy has to have some kind of exaggeration. So you go, oh, he was just joking. We feel better now. Because if I told you the fucking truth, it'd be a one-man show that everybody's gonna be crying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's based on some truth, but I embellish certain things just so I can make it funny.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like every comedian.
Like every comedian.
Everyone got the sad story, but you just have to throw in a little funny here and there.
You have to, some exaggeration, some obscure fucking reference, just so you know, okay, I broke the ice. They don't feel bad for me now. I'm not a victim. This is actually a joke. Got it.
Yeah, but you still need to. I feel like you still need to humanize yourself. As a comedian,
Of course.
Because if you make yourself just like this crazy guy, like that doesn't do no wrong, it's very tough for someone to look at you and like relate to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But you're really good at humanizing at your stand-ups and stuff.
At the end of the day, I had to because the audiences now that we deal with are so sensitive.
Yeah.
True.
If I tell you, this is my opinion on this, and there's 100 other people that disagree with me and triggered.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
If I tell you, hey, so this is what happened to me as a kid, this is what happened to me as a kid, this is what happened to me as an adult, this is what's happening to me and my wife, this is what's happening, and I personalize everything, and you get mad, then you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Do you understand? This is my life. I'm just relating what happened to me. Well, what happened to you was abuse. Yeah, bitch, to me. Relax. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Second,
I'm good.
everybody involved in these fucking stories is dead already.
Yeah.
Everybody, including the ex-wife. So don't fucking worry about it.
Shout out to Border Patrol.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll get into that some other day. But it's actually funny that you mentioned that because those people that get so easily offended, well, at least like when we're going through our situation, right? This whole situation. It's not even that long ago. It's pretty fresh. But I remember coming at it from this standpoint, like fuck, like we gotta appeal to everyone. Like, yeah, we could be funny, but let's not go too crazy and shit. Like, we're still trying to like, keep it somewhat digestible to everyone, But then like when we weren't even being that crazy is what we were trying to get canceled for, and I was like, oh no, fuck this shit. Like people are just gonna get mad regardless. And those people that I thought we could have got them as fans, like fuck them. Like you weren't gonna get them as fans regardless, because any little thing was gonna fucking offend them. Like, and the thing is, what we got in trouble for, in quotations, wasn't even that fucking bad. Like to be honest, it was like some of the tamest shit. I was like, do you think that's bad? You should see what the fuck we've said on other shit.
Let's see episode 137.
So me going on the road and opening up for big names, big names. I thought, oh shit, this is a fast track for me to just get a fan base right away.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You know why? And Steve Martin said it in his book. Steve Martin said, as a comedian, you don't want to be the opening act for anybody. You always want to be the headliner, even if it's a C club, a B club, even if it's a hole in the wall. Guess who the headliner is? You. Nobody gives a fuck about the feature or the opening act. Yes, you could be at an A club, you could be at the Microsoft Theater, you could be at the Staples Center, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. They came to see the star.
Yeah.
So stop fucking opening up for other people. Get your own fucking fans, because your fans know you and know that this was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
When you go after my fans and they don't know who the fuck you are, they're not going to stick around. Just like their fans, so the people that I opened up, they like me because I opened up for them. But as soon as he didn't like me, nobody likes me. Yeah. So that's the logic. You know who stuck around? My fucking core base of fans that were there from day one and say, now fuck you. You don't know him like we know him.
Yeah. And well, let's be honest though too. I feel like times have always been sensitive. Like there's always gonna be someone for example, Eddie Murphy when he made Raw, and it was like people were getting offended over that type of shit, you know? Yeah. And it's like the only difference now is motherfuckers who didn't have a voice now have a voice now, you know, and they get to project it, you know? But it's always been the same shit. People are always getting in trouble for shit that's quote unquote or like terrible or
Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Steven Tyler right now getting sued for
Aerosmith.
Sexual misconduct, right? From Aerosmith.
Yeah.
This happened in the 70s, early 70s. I'm like, bro, my dad married my mom at 14.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now you want to punish somebody for something that was okay and common back then. Second, where are the fucking parents?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they gave him custody.
There's literally a fucking song in Mexico that goes "Tienen 17 años" or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like over here, it's like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Hey, chill out. But that was the time then, like that's what they were fucking doing then.
Yeah. You know, my aunt, a ella se la robaron. My uncle se la robó. In el rancho, that's what they were known for. Me la voy a robar. And they get married and they have kids and they live for 50 years together.
Yeah.
Y se la robó.
Most of my uncles are married.
Can you imagine? And my aunt sued my uncle now. Me robaste, cabrón. Me robaste.
I didn't even want this. I didn't want these kids. I didn't want anyone.
My uncle's like, you were holding the horse, bitch.
I love how that's the term, though. Like, se la robaron and shit. But that bitch hopped in the horse.
I don't want to fall.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit's crazy. Nah, but yeah, times were different back then. That's why it's always been crazy. I think Bill Burr said it too. Like you can't fucking cancel motherfuckers that are already dead too. Like you know how you've seen cases like that where like they try to cancel people who are already fucking dead. It's like or like the Duck Dynasty fool, right? I think Bill Burr was like, you guys didn't think that fool was gonna say some racist shit? Just look at him. Like no shit.
Yeah, he was born in the 60s.
You're not gonna be mad at someone from 1930 something for saying something 1934.
Right. Now if that motherfucker's doing that shit right now, then okay, there's a conversation to be had.
Exactly, but it doesn't matter. People are still gonna fucking want to cancel you. They just want to be relevant. My wife tells me, go cheat. Go cheat, cabrón. Baby. See, you're not a fucking janitor. You're not the plumber, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong
You're
with
Richard Villa.
What's wrong with that?
You're Richard. Nothing wrong with that. You're not a
Say it with your
janitor.
chest.
No, check this out.
Say with your chest, Richard.
Check this out. He's like, go. You know who's gonna tell me you're fucking that girl? Her.
Yeah.
Girls don't have shame anymore. That bitch is gonna do it for clout.
Yeah.
She's gonna post it up and she's gonna blow up her fucking social media. So go, stupid, go. I don't need to fucking check your phone. She's gonna tag me on the fucking photo. She'll tag me on the video. Don't worry about it.
Richard's like, fine, I won't cheat.
Nah, I just can't. I just can't.
Say no.
Tired.
I just can't. I don't even know when they're flirting. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, bitch.
What's a quick question? Because we know you got to get out of here in a little bit. But I wanted to ask you: was it difficult to find your crowd in like other states, like while you're opening for other people? Like, was it difficult? Like, because you're like, you know, I imagine you're opening for somebody that probably isn't, you know, Mexican or something, and then it's like, how the fuck do I tell these hillbillies like about some shit happening fucking? In Mexico,
And I have a follow-up question to that, by the way.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
let's say if I'm doing North Dakota.
yeah.
In North
I like Mount Rushmore.
but wherever, Michigan, whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're human beings. They have a wife. They have a kid.
Yeah.
They had an upbringing. They've seen narco, so they'll understand the cocaine trade. So at the end of the day, when you personalize it and you humanize your material, it doesn't matter. We all relate.
Yeah. They're just looking at you like, fuck.
That's it.
Is that El Chapo up there?
Exactly. Is that his son? Did he capture him? Rattown?
Rattown? Hey, he's fucking killing it out there, I heard.
And everybody out there.
And you had another question?
Yeah, I was just gonna follow up. I was gonna ask about like the do and don'ts when you, because I know that you helped Tom perfect right his Spanish to land jokes right better. I was gonna ask like the do's and don'ts of like English over here, and then when you go out there to Mexico and shit like that.
Here we can self-deprecate. Here we can make fun of our culture. In Mexico, you can't. They take, you know, you can't. Uno como mexicano, este que el otro. And so, for example, a joke. I have a great joke here. I say, I walk into a stage, I look around, and I go, man, I'm so Mexican. I have these tendencies that when I see shit like that, I say, I can fix that.
Yeah.
I walk into buildings going, I can fix that. I can fix that.
Oh, shit. That's a tendency. Oh, yeah, I got that too.
It's a tendency you get. Just
I didn't
because,
realize
they
that
did that wrong. So le echan drywall ahí. You start thinking measurements. And
Yeah, you're like, damn, they really fucked up the grout.
Right?
That backsplash is crooked
Start
as
soldering
shit.
and shit.
I gotta get the cock.
Yeah, see? Look at this. This here works. In Mexico, everybody goes, yeah, we were thinking the same thing. So that way the joke doesn't work. They're like, so your point being?
Obvious.
So
It becomes a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Like,
So you know logic.
it's pretty
okay.
inspirational.
You know logic. Got it.
You understand? So
Yeah.
certain of those jokes they just don't get because we have a struggle here. They don't
Yeah.
have the struggle there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's weird, huh? To think about it like that. Like, it's not the same struggle. We're the same people,
But
but it's not the
different.
same.
Or not.
Yeah.
though.
But we all share a common struggle here.
You know what we are? We're fucking kids
Gainers.
of a divorced family.
Oh, yeah.
Mexico's your dad, your mom's America, bro.
That's more fun, by
That's
the
what
way.
it is. No, that's more fun because he lets you drink at 18.
But your mom is Mexican because
Yeah.
the food's better.
Yeah, bro.
Because
Right,
at your
right.
dad's house, that shit's ass.
Yeah, bro, I mean, hot Cheetos every day.
I know,
But with your dad, you're watching the NFL, you know, you're watching sports. It's a good
yeah,
time.
but his house is a piece of shit. It's all dirty. The dishes are dirty. Yeah, but you come to your mom's house, everything's clean, but there's rules, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's rules.
It's set up like this for a reason.
Hell yeah.
And we're just in the middle going, fuck, where do I go?
Fuck, where'd I go for Christmas?
Hell yeah, Richard. Well, hey, bro, it was a pleasure fucking having
Thank
you
you,
on,
man. Thank you,
Great
guys.
having
Honestly,
you
this was a
on.
blast. I'm sure it'll be the first, but not the fucking last.
Yeah,
'cause-
man.
I mean, by the way, we've done our research on you. You have fucking endless stories, and our fan base would fucking really fuck with you.
Good.
So I just want to, if you have anything to plug yourself, shout out, anything you want to do, go ahead.
At Richard Comedy, at Richard Villa Comedy, go to my website, richardvilla.com. And I have multiple shows coming up. New York, we're going to Texas, we're going to Arizona. So the tour is going to start back up. And just excited, man. The fact that now, thanks to the building that I put in 2013, 2014, now I can go to comedy clubs across the country and go, hey, I'm going to do English the first two days, and then my Sundays, all Spanish.
Damn.
And
that's
they're like,
fucking
really?
tight.
Yes.
That's fucking tight.
Dude, my fan base is not going, fuck it. I'm going to go Friday and Sunday and bring my mom. I'm like, oh,
After
shit.
Misa and shit.
Yes. My Sundays sell out faster than my regular days. They're like, bro,
Yeah.
because I get to bring my mom, my dad, my uncle, my cousin. Nobody does Spanish here. So this will be the only Spanish show they get to see on Sunday.
It's like Manolo Sundays and shit at the fucking restaurants and shit.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Let's get some
Sorry,
Richard.
It's only homemade here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to reiterate a joke, you know. So like, it's like, no, I'll just take you to go watch him because I said this shit bad already. Like, I tried to tell Richard a joke, but he'll tell it in Spanish. Like, go watch him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank
on.
you guys. Thank you.
great.
It's a fun time. It's always. I mean, it's a fun time talking.
All right,
to
guys.
this guy.
Thanks.
Cool.
Guys, well, with that, we'll be right back with the fucking shout outs.
Yeah, we'll be right back because Richard got to head out.
Yeah. All right, so guys, if you guys obviously noticed, there's a fucking missing C right here. So Richard Villa, he bounced.
Shout out him.
Yeah. So shout out to Richard Villa. Thank you for coming. It was dope to fucking have him. It was sick, dude. And for me personally, it's just dope to be having like a comedian around. You know, it's so dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already.
Like,
I'm always around, but yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Bro, honestly, to be real, like I always feel like I have some jokes on. Bro, I'm quiet as fuck around a real comedian. Like you just feel a different vibe. Me personally, like I just feel like I'm not that funny. Sometimes I'm like I'm fucking funny in the podcast, and now being next to a comedian, nah, I ain't that funny.
It's a
so-
respect thing though too. You know.
But also, bro, it just shows you like the fucking experience of what it is to
Literally.
command a room when you sit down and talk about it. Because
Right.
that's all they do. You know, like you get in there, and you have to win a room over. This was like instantly. He didn't have to, come out like crazy because we were already gonna give you the respect. But like that sitting here with Richard, I was just like, oh shit, like this is like
This is a real-
this is how like a motherfucker takes control of the room and keeps you locked in all his stories.
Yeah, literally.
It's tight. It's tight.
Yeah, I had follow up questions. I was like, nope, you already got it. You already answered it.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
When a motherfucker answer the follow-up question before you
Yeah.
get that shit out,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, get me ass. I want to talk.
Yeah, nah, but he's seasoned.
Damn.
That shout out to him though, because he's a seasoned vet, you know, and hopefully one day we get to work. You know, we're gonna work with him again in the future, but like I'll hopefully like not on a podcast stage, maybe like on stage, maybe
improv.
one day.
Crazy.
Maybe we'll be able to do
Hey,
it. You
who
know,
knows?
I got a lot of dead dad jokes. Come on. Yeah,
Just open with that and shit.
yeah,
My
but
dad's dead.
The crowd goes crazy.
hey, my dad got this one. You try to fuse some. Yeah, but shout out to him, man. And you know, I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. But thank you guys for listening. I want to make a shout out to my girl, my family, my friends, my loved one, all you guys who have been like listening and shouting us out. You know, supporting us through our indigenous, hatred. And shout out to all the just all the people who are fucking with us. I really appreciate it. And shout out TikTok for putting us back on there. So
Yeah, shout out.
so I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to Lalo.
No.
I hate that, bro. I never get that shit right, bro. Never. It'd be like Johnny.
It never changes. You
It always changes.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
I was lost too.
2, 3, close it out.
I'm gonna give a shout out to all the, like David said, all the fans that be supporting us through everything. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody just tagging us and just letting us know you fuck with us heavy wherever you're at. And shout out France and everybody else that be supporting us. I'll be seeing you guys all around the country.
France?
You said
But, hey, we're everywhere, baby. We're everywhere, man. You never know.
I don't know if we're friends.
So
Croissant this one. Huh?
I fucking appreciate it. I'll give a shout out to everybody that be hitting me up daily, just saying that you love the podcast. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And shout out to my girl.
Yeah, with that being said, let's get into this motherfucking week. Shout out to Yaya Guevara, Michi Boo, Nestor, Giovanni Fonseca, Eric Santaella, Celeste Jimenez, our guest last week. Shout out to her. She fucking crushed it last week. Again, apologize for the shitty audio. That was low key my fault. I don't want to talk about it.
Facts.
Shout out to AB Rubio, Luis Escobar, Diana Luna, Roberto Ramirez, your boy Angel. Just tweet. All right, cool. Jonathan Rosales, Karina Guzman, Dora Gallo, Abel, Jose Caballero, Rosa 7, Jorge Gomez, Lala Jesse, Shut Up Jazz, Infinite Dreams is in there, motherfucker. What the fuck?
Hey, come on, man.
Hey, man. He tagged it. He gets his
I
spot.
tagged it.
Benny Hernandez, Cassandra Rafael Gonzalez III, Alessi, Chris Lopez, Rebecca Aguayo, Michael Granados, Renteria Ramirez, Cindy Toscano, Marta Maria Tobar, Miguel Wave, Jose Garcia, Rar, Jackie 74 Ortiz, Sayana, it's either Sayana or Savannah, William Rodriguez, Priscilla Rios, Rogelio Rojas, Chantel G, Miguel Angel, and your girl favorite STA, and of course the people who be in the comments on YouTube supporting us through the thick and thin, even when we're canceled. You motherfuckers are still in there. Some of you fuckers didn't even know. You guys were like, they're canceled? That shit was funny. Cool. Shout out to Karina Sanchez, Clarissa Cortinas, Alma Lola, Johnny Trevino, El Compa Abel, El Putazo Avisa, Maribella, It's Jessica Music, Margarita Saldivar, Giovanni Fonseca, Dora Gallo, Miguel Landeros, Vanessa Contreras, Vanessa Patino, Kimberly Rodriguez, 602, Foley? I don't know.
Filet mignon?
Yeah. Project Hemi, German Jimenez, Aldo Ruiz, Andrew R, Carla Morales, Ashley Luna, Marta Tobar, Nessa Garcia, Natalie Zamoron, Javi, Jesus Olvera, Boy Angel, Alberto Sorto, Marco Lopez, Jasmine Alcala, Mar Morales, Manuel Benavides, Arturo Cordova Jr., Ali Santana, Danny Doughboy, DJ Doom 23, Manuel Thomas, Steve Renteria, Kenny Murillo, Emily Rose, Karen Muñez, Luis Vela, Marco Mondragon, Oscar Odiala, Isaac Iniguez, James Cabrera, Jose Yam 70, Marquitos, Francisco Santana, Anthony Cortazar, Ruben Vaquera, Patricia Escamilla, Breaded Chicken, Uriel Martinez, Javi, Luis Castillo, Jose Coronado, Artemio Montoya, PSG 6, Sofia Rosales.
Shout out Messi.
It's me, Cassie,
Messi, bro.
Jose Q, Osvaldo Mora 1, Jack Guevara, Broke, X Church, Luis Gomez, Vanessa Patino, and Jose Amezquita. Shout out to all of y'all. God damn, there was a hell of motherfuckers who were commenting on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you guys for always showing support, always showing love, dropping likes, dropping comments. If you guys have that bell notification on, we appreciate the fuck out of you. On a personal note, shout out to my lady, shout out to my homies right here. We're gonna catch the football games tonight. We're gonna catch Jaguars and Chargers. So the homies are going up against each other. That's gonna be fucking lit.
You guys play tonight?
5 o'clock. We're gonna have a little carnita asada right here with the boys. And yeah, shout out to our guest for coming out. He fucking killed it. We hope to have him back on again. And yeah, and the motherfucker who be going heavy for us on our socials. What happens, Lalo?
Get a follow back from the motherfucking podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Today we're gonna follow back. No underscore way underscore I underscore
Actually
underscore.
God damn with the
Shout out to you.
Underscore.
I see you sharing every fucking week, bro. So
Underscore.
shout out to you.
Wait, there's no way actually was taken though. We just added the fucking
Yeah, bro. You don't have to add it all underscore, bro.
Underscore.
But yeah, shout out to you.
Underscore.
Anybody who fucking shares and like he shares everything. So
Underscore.
we appreciate it.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Underscore.
Shout out to all the homies that follow us and love us and shit. Shout out to the guest Richard Villa.
Yep.
Definitely won't be the last time. We're gonna be, I believe, on his shit. So that's exciting.
For that.
Shout out to the boys for a great podcast. Shout out to Gazelle for carrying this podcast.
Stop.
And having all the great questions to follow up. Dreams had okay questions.
Underscore.
Shout out to everyone who watches and listens and shares. Everyone who comments. Everyone who's like on the TikToks too. I see people who go TikToks, IG, and YouTube like in the span of like 3 minutes. They're just going like engage with everything. And it really, really does help when you guys engage with the thing because it just pushes the content. Like some people just watch it and bounce, which is cool. Like whatever, if you need to do that. But the people who do actually help us and like engage, like that helps because we reach a broader audience. Like YouTube or anything sees like when people are engaging with it, they like it, just push it out more. That's why the engagement helps, liking and commenting and all that shit. And it never goes unnoticed. And
Plus, it makes us feel good when you guys are like, you guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, stay tuned for the Thursday Patreon episode that we're gonna be putting on. So.
Hey, what's up with the Nissan Sentra giveaway?
Hey, fuck you.
We have a winner actually.
It's actually Jonathan.
Didn't somebody comment like, how do I?
Am I entered for the sweepstakes?
Yeah, someone said on YouTube, it's like, this is why I applied for the Nissan Sentra.
It's actually a raffle. You have to send $500 to the cash app.
Yeah, it's a deposit. You gotta put down.
God damn.
For your entryway.
Yeah.
But stay tuned because we're also giving away a Nissan Xterra
With a system.
with the system in it and a subwoofer.
But please, everybody, if you can go support our homie Richard Ria that came through today. That shit's fucking awesome. Next week we got another fucking comedian guest. He's fucking amazing. And, he's coming from very far to just be on the podcast. So that's fucking awesome. And I know you guys are gonna love him. He's awesome.
Who doesn't love George Lopez? Bro?
That's facts. So, you might have heard of him. Gamer Iglesias. He's super small.
Yeah.
Not physically, but
You might have heard of him. Broncos coming.
Yeah, we have Bronco next week.
So what's your point of view?
Yeah. You know what? That was wrong.
Yeah, that was an asshole. Hey, we'll switch up quick.
Hey, look, we got his ass.
But again, shout out to all my friends, all my family, all the boys again. And shout out my girl. And is that it? You got any news? January.
Go Jaguars, baby.
Go Jags, baby. We out. Peace.
Lights.
Tail with it.
Tail with it.